So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So I hope you all are aware, if you are reading any newspaper, you must have come across the news that Nobel Prizes were announced in the first and the second week of the month of October. So in today's class, we are going to discuss all the six winners of 2025 and the reason why they have got this award. So let us begin with today's class. There was one more previous class where we had discussed about the history of Nobel Prizes, which you can watch on our live section. Go to the live section, scroll down, you will get that video. Okay. In this class, we are going to discuss all the six winners of Nobel Prize. So let us begin. So first of all, I'm sure you must be aware Nobel Prize is actually given in six fields. First is Nobel Prize in Peace. Then there are 5 other Nobel Prizes, which includes Nobel Prize in Literature, Nobel Prize in Physics, Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Nobel Prize in Medicine / Physiology, and the last one is which one I have missed? Economics. Okay. And I'm sure you must be aware, so Nobel Peace Prize is actually given by Norway, and the other 5 is given by Sweden. Okay. And few more information related with Nobel Prize that I want to share with you, because that is important, is that all the 5 Nobel Prizes, that is Peace, Literature, Physics, Chemistry, and Physiology, these 5 got started in the year 1901. And the last one, that is Nobel Prize in Economics, this was set up in 1968, and the first award was given in 1969. This is what you should be knowing about. We will discuss why actually Nobel Prize in Economics was added later on. Okay. So these are the things you should be knowing about. Now, let's begin. So let us start with the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine 2025. You have to be very careful. Here we are talking about physiology, not psychology. Okay. So let's begin. So I have told you that Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine is given by which country you have to answer. And I've told you that Nobel Peace Prize is given by Norway and the other 5 are actually given by Sweden. So here the right answer is option B. Sweden is the right answer to this question. So let me show in the map. So here is India. This is Europe. And in Europe, you will find Sweden. And this here you will find the capital of Sweden called as Stockholm. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one. The next question says, name the institute which gives Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. So what is the name of the institute that gives Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine? And if you know the answer, I'll be very happy to know. You can answer it in the live chat. The right answer is Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute. So this is the institute, Karolinska Institute, that gives Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. And this is actually from Sweden. Okay. That is what you should be knowing about. Let's move on to the next one. Yes, this is Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute, which gives Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Okay. Now, let's talk about the winners of Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the year 2025. And these are the options. You have to answer the right answer. So what is the right answer to this question? So the right answer actually is option D. Mary E. Brenkov, Frederick J. Ramsdell, Shimon Sakaguchi. So these 3 are actually the winner of Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the year 2025. Please remember it, because this is actually very, very important. You can see Mary E. Brenkov, Frederick J. Ramsdell, and Shimon Sakaguchi. Let's move on. Now, the thing is, these 3 winners won Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for what purpose? What was their achievement? That is what the question is. If you know the question, please answer me. So the right answer to this question is for their discoveries concerning peripheral immune tolerance. So they have done research something on immune system. I'm sure you must be aware of what is immune system. So immune system in our body is actually mostly managed by WBCs, white blood cells. I'm sure you must have heard. We have three types of cells, blood cells, right? White blood cells, red blood cells, and platelets. So WBCs are responsible for handling immune system. So immune system means, for example, if an external pathogen or a disease causing substance attacks our body, so actually the immune system fights by creating antibodies, etc. and all. So this idea is called as immune system, right? So they have done research on immune system, and in immune system they have actually they talked about the security guard. So T cells are actually a part of immune system which acts as security guards. In fact, T cells and B cells are part of, also very famously, a part of the immune system. So that is what they have discussed. If you read it on the Nobel Prize website, they have talked about it. They identified immune system, security guard, regulatory T cells. Okay, that is what you should know. And they have researched on autoimmune disease. What is autoimmune disease? See, generally we believe that a body is supposed to fight an external disease-causing substance, right? If external disease-causing substance is coming. Sometimes body by mistake starts attacking our own healthy cell, believing that they are foreign invaders or foreign bacteria or virus. But actually they are the own body healthy cells. That is called as autoimmune disease. Okay, so these are the things you should be knowing about. So yes, we have discussed that RBCs, WBCs, and platelets, these are the three types of blood cells. So white blood cells fight against infection, and they are actually example of immune system. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. And you can read about it. Red blood cells contains hemoglobin, etc., helpful in carrying oxygen. Similarly, white blood cells are fighting foreign invaders, or what we call it as as a part of immune system. Then thrombocytes, platelets, blood clotting mate is very much helpful. So you can see these are the three winners of Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for their discoveries concerning peripheral immune tolerance. Okay. Now let's talk about the people. They are belonging to which countries. So I'm asking, these two people actually belong to the same country. Mary E. Brenkov and Frederick J. Ramsdell are actually from USA. So B is the right answer to this question. You should know it. And the third one, Shimon Sakaguchi. You have to tell me he is from which country. So he's actually from the state of from Japan. Okay, so you can see. So let me show here. So these two are actually from US, and this is from Japan. So even with the help of name, also you can recognize it that he's from Japan. Okay, so just have an idea about this. And if you are interested to know more about it, Shimon Sakaguchi is actually currently at Osaka University in Japan. He has studied from Kyoto University and a research on T cell. So, you can read more about him. Similarly, Marin Brenkov and Fred Ramsdell, they are actually from Mary Brenkov is from Princeton University, and Fred Ramsdell is actually advisor at Sonam Biothermatics in Bainbridge Island, USA. So these two are actually from USA. Let's move on further. No need to go in detail. So if you are interested, you can read it about Mary Brenkov. She had done research on FOXP3, which is also a protein related with immune system. Then you can read about him in detail. I have attached for you these PPTs. You can read it after the class is over. Let's move on to the next one. The next is Nobel Prize in Physics 2025. Let's talk about that. So the Nobel Prize in Physics is given by Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. What is the right answer to this question? So I've told you that Peace Prize is given by Norway. The other 5 is given by Sweden. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so here is Sweden. This is Stockholm. Okay. Yes, this is Stockholm. Now the next is name the institute which gives Nobel Prize in Physics. So you have to tell me Nobel Prize in Physics is given by which institute? So the answer is Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. So this actually gives 3 awards: Nobel Prize in Physics, Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. B is the right answer. Yes, Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. You can read it. The winner of Nobel Prize in Physics 2025 are. So the right answer is option C: John Clark, Michael H. Devoret, and John M. Martinez. So these three are actually the winners of Nobel Prize in Physics 2025. So you can see it here. John Clark 1/3, Michael S. Devoret 1/3, John M. Martinez 1/3. Okay. Now let's talk about this. John Clark, Michael S. Devoret, John M. Martinez won a Nobel Prize in Physics 2025 for what? So they won Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery of macroscopic quantum mechanical tunneling and energy quantization in electric circuit. So the key word you should remember is quantum. So quantum mechanics is actually a separate branch in physics, which is of course a very difficult branch of physics. So we'll not be discussing in detail, but just have an idea about it. There is a concept called as tunneling also, for which they have done actually research. So this is the research for which they have got Nobel Prize in Physics. These three people have got quantum mechanical tunneling. Just remember it. Okay. The next is, this is quantum mechanics is one of the most fascinating non-intuitive phenomena. So basically here we are talking about this tunneling. This phenomena is called as tunneling. That even if the idea is that even if it does not have classical energy to overcome a barrier, it can overcome in context of quantum mechanics. I'll explain. To go simple में बताता हूँ. जैसे for example, if you have to cross it, you need V energy. So even if this has E, which is less than V, ideally in classical physics it will come back, but according to quantum tunneling it will even cross, even if E is less than V. Okay, that is what the idea is. I'm just giving an idea behind this. So why it happens? So this you can read, that even if the energy required in the ball is less than the energy required to cross it, still it will cross. The idea behind this is quantum tunneling. Okay, you're not supposed to go in detail how it works, but just have an idea. That is more than enough. Quantum tunneling. Okay. Now, why it happens? The reason why it happens is because the idea of wave-particle duality. So, photon, electron, these items and these things actually exhibit both wave as well as particle behavior. And so there's a debate going on, like whether it's a particle or a wave. So it behaves both like that, and that's called as wave-particle duality. So that is the reason behind it. So they take into account wave-particle duality, and that is why that's the idea of quantum mechanics. Okay. The next is, let's talk about this. John Clark, one of the winner of Nobel Prize in Physics 2025, is a professor emeritus at. So the answer is California University, and you can read it. He's actually from California University. Then Michael H. Devoret, one of the winner of Nobel Prize in Physics 2025, is a professor emeritus at. He's again actually from California University, University of California, as well as Yale University. So B is the right answer. Similarly, John M. Martinez, one of the winner of Nobel Prize in Physics 2025, is a professor emeritus at, again, California University. So B is the right answer to this question. Okay. You can read about him in detail. So these are the winners. University of California. He's from both Yale University, California University, California University. So macroscopic quantum tunneling. So keywords you have to remember, like quantum word and a Nobel Prize Physics winner 2025. So they have done some research on quantum mechanics. That is more than enough. This is how you can reach to the answer. John Clark, Michael S. Devoret, John M. Martinez. Now let's move on to Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Those are 2025. So Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2025 is actually given by, I have told you, peace is given by Norway. The other 5 is actually given by Sweden. So the right answer is B. Okay, so Sweden is the right answer to this question. Stockholm capital. Okay. Name the institute which gives Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So I have told you physics, chemistry, and economic science. Nobel Prize is given by RSAS, Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. B is the right answer to this question. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay, and you can read about Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences if you are interested in detail. Now let's talk about the Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2025 winner. So who is the winner? If you know the answer, you can write it in the live chat. I'll be very happy to know. The right answer actually is Suzumo Kidakawa, Richard Robson, and Omar M. Yaghi. So A is the right answer to this question. Okay. And these three won Nobel Prize in Chemistry for what purpose? The right answer is for the development of metal organic frameworks. D is the right answer to this question. Okay. That is what you should know. Suzumo Kidakawa, Richard Robson, and Omar M. Yaghi. So basically, they have done research on this. What is metal organic frameworks like this? They have given some this, like they're having cavity also, and these cavities are helpful in to harvest water from desert air, extract pollutants from water, carbon capture, storage, etc. So they have done research on it. Just remember it, metal organic framework. This term you should remember for research on Nobel Prize in Chemistry or winner of Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Okay. Now let's talk about all the three winners. So Suzumo Kitagawa is actually from Japan. A is the right answer to this question. Kyoto University. Then Richard Robson is actually from I would say UK, right, Hannah? So D is the right answer. He's actually from UK. And Glasgow, England. And he's currently faculty at University of Melbourne, Australia. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing about. Now the next is Omar M. Yaghi is from. So he was actually originally from Palestine, but he was born in Jordan, Amman. So C is the right answer to this question. Okay. Okay, Jordan, Amman, Palestine, and Jordan. Let's move on. So actually he was originally born in Gaza, but I'm sure you must be aware there have been conflicts for many years. So his family moved to Jordan, born in Amman. Okay, and then you can see fled from Gaza during 1948 Palestinian expulsion and fight. The next is Nobel Prize in Literature 2025. So who is the winner? So first you should tell me Nobel Prize in Literature is given by which country? So Nobel Prize Peace given by Norway, the other 5 is given by Sweden. So B is the right answer to this question. Yes. So again, Sweden gives, this is the Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, which gives the award. Name the institute which gives Nobel Prize in Literature. The answer is Swedish Academy. C is the right answer to this question. Okay. So this Swedish Academy gives Nobel Prize in Literature. Okay. And I'm sure you must be aware, all these awards are announced in the name of Alfred Nobel, who is actually famous for inventor of dynamite. These are also sometimes asked in the exam. So let's talk about Nobel Prize in Literature 2025 winner. So who is the winner of Nobel Prize in Literature 2025? If you know the answer, please answer me in the comments. So the right answer is option B, Laszlo Krasznahorkai. And he's actually from Hungary. Hungary is actually a country in Europe. So B is the right answer to this question. Actually from where? Hungary. So you can see it here. Laszlo Krasznahorkai from Hungary. And what is the reason for his compelling and visionary oeuvre that in midst of the apocalyptic terror reforms the power of art? Just remember it. ठीक है, ये रीजन नहीं पूछेंगे लिटरेचर में, रीजन नहीं, सिर्फ नाम पूछते हैं आदमी का. ठीक है. So here is India, this is Europe, and here you will find Hungary. The capital of Hungary is Budapest. Okay, Anna. Nobel Prize in Literature. The next is, let's talk about Nobel Peace Prize, which is actually the most important one, winner 2025. So Nobel Peace Prize is given by which country? I have told you that Nobel Peace Prize is given by Norway. The other 5 is actually given by Sweden. So here the right answer is A. Norway is the right answer to this question. Okay. Yes. So it is Norway. The capital is Oslo. Yes. The next is name the institute which gives Nobel Peace Prize. So which institute gives? I've told you Norway. So Norwegian Nobel Committee gives this award. So A is the right answer to this question. That is what you should be knowing about. Yes. And let's talk about that. And a Norwegian Nobel Committee gives Nobel Peace Prize every year. And Oslo City Hall, Norway's capital is Oslo, where this ceremony happens. The next is the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize 2025 is. Who is the winner? So this year winner is Maria Corina Machado. So C is the right answer to this question. And Maria Corina Machado is what? Belarusian journalist, Venezuelan opposition leader, Venezuela's opposition leader, Argentina's animal rights activist, none of the above. What is the answer? So the right answer is option B, Venezuela's opposition leader. So B is the right answer. No. For her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. Why? Because they say, actually, here is Venezuela, that Nicolas Maduro is the president, and many have criticized him for being a sort of a dictator. So he's the president. The capital of Venezuela is Caracas. Huge amount of oil reserve, you will find it in Venezuela. So the main opposition leader, actually, her name is Maria Corina Machado. She has got the Nobel Prize, Nobel Peace Prize. Hai na? Okay, that is what you should know. And she has been fighting against Hugo Chavez, was the previous leader, and now currently Nicolas Maduro is the leader. So she has been fighting against them. Hai na? And she said, I have dedicated this prize to Mr. Donald Trump. So that is what you should be knowing about. Now let's talk about the next one, Nobel Prize in Economics 2025, which is the last one. So Nobel Prize in Economics is given by which country? Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. You have to tell me this. And the right answer is, I have told you, Nobel Peace Prize is given by Norway. The other 5 is given by Sweden. So here the right answer is B. Nobel Prize in Economics given by Sweden, Stockholm. What is the other name of Nobel Prize in Economics? So it has another name also called as Sveriges Riksbank Prize. Because this is actually the name of Central Bank of Sweden. Okay. And I've told you that all the 5 Nobel Prizes started in 1901. In 1968, Nobel Prize in Economics was established. And in 1969, the first award was given. So since 1969 till today, like we are seeing 6 awards being given, right? The 6th one is Nobel Prize in Economics. So why it was established in 1968? Because it completed 300th birthday of Sveriges Riksbank Prize. Sveriges Riksbank is one of the oldest central bank. So Sveriges Riksbank was established in 1668. So if you add 300 years, it becomes 1968. So in 1968, a Nobel Prize in Economics was established, which is also called as Sveriges Riksbank Prize. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing. One of the oldest surviving central bank, may say, they are called. Now, let's talk about the next one. Name the institute which gives Nobel Prize in Economics. I have told you, Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences, they give Nobel Prize in Physics, Chemistry, and Economic Sciences. So the right answer is B is the right answer to this question. Okay. Okay. Physics, Chemistry, and Economic Sciences. Now, let's talk about the Nobel Prize in Economics 2025 winner. So the winner of Nobel Prize in Economics 2025 are, You have to tell me. So the winners are actually Joel Mocker, Philippe Aghion, and Peter Hobbit. So B is the right answer to this question. Now, what happened was this time, not all the three were given equal awards. So half was given to this person, and the half was given to these two. So it means this person got 1/4, and this person got 1/4 award. So Joel Mocker was given for what purpose? You have to tell me for what. So Joel Mocker was given Nobel Prize in Economics for identify the prerequisite for sustained growth through technological progress. Okay, that is what you should know. So option A is the right answer to this question. And Philippe Aghion and Peter Hobbit were given Nobel Prize in Economics for sustained growth through creative destruction. So D is the right answer to this question. That is what you should be knowing. Both have got for sustained growth, but their sustained growth through technological process, here sustained growth through creative destruction. Okay, so yes, if you see it, these three have not got equal awards. Joel Mocker has got 50%, and these two have got 50% awards together. So it means 25%, 1/4 to 1/4. You know? So this guy separately and this like this. Okay. Yes, Joel Mocker is actually from Northwestern University. A is the right answer. You should be knowing it. And he is actually having Israeli, American, and Dutch citizenship. Dutch means from Netherlands. Then Philippe Aghion is actually from INSEAD. D is the right answer to this question. INSEAD, France. Then London School of Economics, Political Science, UK, and so he's there. And you can read about him. He's actually associated with multiple colleges and university. The next is Peter Hobbit is from which university? So he's actually from Brown University. Okay, so just have an idea. We have done it. These three winners. Peter Hobbit, you can read about him. Nobel Prize in Economics. So you can read it in detail. Brown University. So here it is. Joel Mocker, Northwestern University. He has got for sustained growth in technological progress. And Philippe Aghion and Peter Hobbit, sustained growth through creative destruction. Okay, so these are the reasons you should be knowing. So when he's talking about technological progress, he has given this example that yes, we have technologically progressed. Sustained growth through technological process. And these two have got for creative destruction. So this is, they have done some research on creative destruction, and they have given some formula, etc. But just have an idea, no need to remember the formula. Okay. So I think that is more than enough. I have tried to cover all the 6 awards and important things related with them. And I think this is the most comprehensive class that you can watch. You're not supposed to now watch any other video. Just go to the live section, scroll down, you will get a video on history of Nobel Prize. One class we have taken, so go and watch that. So please subscribe to the channel, press the like